Today, the United States of America has quietly and significantly changed the rules of travels for several African countries. South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, Morocco, Egypt, and others are facing new travel charges and stricter conditions under an updated US visa programs coming into effect next year. This is not just about visa fees. This is about power, policy, economics, and trust. In this video, we will break down number one, what exactly the US changed. Number two, why these African countries are affected. Number three, the real economic impact on citizens and government. Number four, whether this is about poor governance or deeper political tensions, and what travelers can realistically to avoid costly mistakes. If you just join us and you are new, remember to subscribe, be part of this amazing community. Hey, Ashile React. Welcome to Ashile React. Have got you covered, and let's get into it for sure. Let's get into it. What has changed in the US visa programs? The US has updated part of its non-immigrant visa frameworks, particularly targeting countries with number one, higher visa overstay rates, larger number of rejects asylum claims, weaker travels documents, verification systems, limited cooperations on deportations. As a result, visa application fees are increasing, security checks are becoming stricter, interview waivers are being reduced. Processing times are expected to be longer in some cases. Multiple entry visas may be limited. This affects students, tourists, businesses, travelers, and short-term visitors. And yes, African countries are disproportionately affected. Why these African countries? Let us be clear, this is not random and it is not purely economic. The US bases these decisions on three main factors. Number one, overstay and immigration data. Some of these countries have higher percentages of citizens who once again or whatsoever overstay visas, seek asylum after entering, disappear into undocumented status. From Washington perspectives, this is a border enforcement issue, not a travel convenience issue. Number two, government cooperations. Countries that delay or refuse to accept deported citizens face consequences. Visa restrictions are one of the US most effective pressure tools. 3. Diplomatic and strategic friction. Let's not ignore politics. Some of these countries have strengthened ties with China, Russia, or BRICS. Take independent position on global conflicts, push back against Western diplomatic pressure. Visa policy is often used as silent diplomacy, so on. This is not just about passport. This is about alignment, leverage, and control. Is this really about bad governance? I don't think so. Or what do you think? This is where many people get it wrong. Yes, governance play a role, but it's not the whole story. Where governance does matter. Poor border data system, weak identity verifications, corruption in documents issuance, limited migrants tracking. This increased risk from the US perspective, where governance is used as an excuse. African countries are held to standard not equally apply elsewhere. However, risks from some non-African countries are similar, but not punished the same way. Why is it so? Economic inequality forces migration behavior, yet policies ignore root causes, so the truth is uncomfortable. African countries are punished for systemic global inequality they didn't create. Economic impact on African countries. Now let's talk about the money. Because this hurts so much, it hurts so much, guys. Number one, cost to individual higher fees plus longer waits means fewer students can afford applications. Business travel declines. Families delay or cancel trips. Failed applicants become more expensive. Losses for many Africans. A US visa fee equals months of income. 2. Tourism and business losses. Conferences move elsewhere. Trade missions shrink. Diaspora engage weakens. This quietly affects airlines, travel agencies, exporters, education consultants. 3. Remittancy and long-term opportunities. Fewer legal migrants today means less future remittancy flow, less skills exchange, fewer international businesses link that has long-term GDP consequences, not just personal inconvenience. Wait, what is really going on between Africa and the US? This visa updates reflects a bigger shift. The US is tightening borders globally, reducing migration pressure, reasserting leverage over partner countries, Africa. Meanwhile, is diversifying alliances, pushing economic independence, questioning Western dominance. Visa policy becomes a pressure valve. It means a message. Access is conditional. This is not new, but it's becoming more visible. What can viewers now? The practical part. If you are applying for a US visa from any affected African countries, 1. Over-prepare your documents. Strong proof of ties to home country. Clear financial records. Clear travel histories. Avoid shortcuts, fake documents. Permanent bans. Visa agents promising guarantees are lying. Apply strategically. Choose the correct visa category. Don't rush weak applications or don't rush weak applications. Timing matters more than agency. What policy trends? This rule can tighten further or ease depending on diplomacy. Part of the visa processes. This is not just about travel charges. This is about who gets access, who gets restricted, and why. African countries are not being singled out by accident, but they are also not being treated fairly. Understanding the politics behind visa policies is no longer optional. It is survival in global system that is becoming more closer, more selective, and more unequal. If you found this breaking down useful, share it, because misinformation around visa costs people money, time, and future. See you in the next video. Ciao. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscription button like and share the video, and we are gonna see you in the next video.